Hello, good morning. I'm Hemant Mehta, and in today's session, we are going to discuss about the Servlet interface. This interface is a part of the Java X.Servlet package. Few methods are enlisted on the screen. Number one, init method. Init method accepting one argument of Servlet config object, Servlet config interface object. This method initializes the servlet. It is a lifecycle method of the servlet and it is invoked by the web container only once. Second, there is a service method. It is having two arguments. One, that is a request of servlet request interface object. Second is a servlet response interface object response. It will be invoked by the web container whenever each and every request is received by the servlet. Destroy method. That means the servlet is going to be destroyed. Now we are having one more method, get servlet config method. This method returns the servlet config object. Second method, get servlet info. This method is returning the information about the servlet such as the writer, copyright, version, some extra information. Now let's see one demo program for the same. Okay, I have created one servlet named interface underscore servlet. This if underscore servlet implements the servlet. As any of the class is implementing the servlet, so implementing class has to provide the definition for all the methods of the interface. So in the same way, this class is going to give the definition for the methods of the servlet interface. Very first, that is a servlet servlet interface method is init, going to accept the object of the servlet config interface. So I have just given the message servlet is initialized, and I have initialized with the same object of the config. Second, there is a service method. First, we are going to set the content type, what kind of content is going to be received. So there is a text/html. I need one virtual workspace where I can write my response content. So to avail that, we are having one method of the servlet response interface, that is a getWriter. So response.getWriter. This will give me the object of the print writer class. So using that, I can call the print or println method where I can write down my HTML code and that will be rendered by the browser. Third, there is a destroy method. I'm just going to display the SOP system.out.println servlet is destroyed. Say this is a console message, so this method will not be visible on the browser, but this message will be displayed in the server logs. Second, there is a get servlet config. This is going to return the config object. Then I'm having a get servlet info. It is going to return a simple string created by the X, Y, and Z person. As this is a servlet, we need to make entry inside the web.xml file. This is your web.xml file. First, servlet and the servlet mapping. Inside the servlet mapping, we are going to provide the URL pattern for this servlet. Then the servlet name. The servlet name we have given, that is example1. Then we are going to provide the entry inside the servlet element. It should be the same servlet name, same as the servlet mapping, that is example1. And the servlet class would be the actual Java file name, that is a if underscore servlet. Now along with this, I'm going to introduce one more element that is called welcome file list. Inside that, we are going to provide one more sub element, that is a welcome file. In the welcome file, you have to provide the file name or the URL pattern of this servlet. So this is the list of the welcome files which is supposed to be called very first during the execution of the web application. So I have given the URL pattern of my servlet. So whenever I'm going to run this particular web application, web container first going to start this particular servlet. So this is all about the web application. Now let me run the project. Hello, simple servlet by Servlet Interface. So this is the output. Now coming back to the code. Now as you can see, this is the Apache Tomcat logs. Over here my server is started. Now you can see the very first, that is servlet is initialized. So init method is called, and this is the code output. Servlet initialized. So init method is called. Whenever init method is called, the same message is displayed in my server logs. This one. Then service method is executed. So service method is going to be rendered on the browser. So this particular code is available as output with the browser. This one. Now destroy method. Whenever I'm going to undeploy the project, it is going to call the destroy method. So let me undeploy the project. Right click. That is, we do have which option? That is a clean. Instead of the undeploy, we are having a clean. So whenever I'm just going to click on the clean, it is going to revoke the memory. So this is a clean. Let me show the output. So Apache. Okay, see. Whenever I have performed the undeployment, or you can say the clean, my destroyed method is called. So servlet is taken out of the service. This is all about the output. Thank you.